Well, good afternoon. This is Tea Time with Sugar. It's Thursday, and it's time for a cup of tea. This is cold tea. It's really warm outside, and so I'm not going to drink hot tea today. Grab you a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, lemonade, whatever you would like to have, and let's sit down and have a little chat. So, today I want to talk about remembering the good times, the good old days. People say the good old days were so simple. In a way, they were simple because there weren't computers. We're talking about way back. There weren't computers, no cell phones, no big screen TVs, no computers in your home. Businesses had computers. Um, some didn't have air conditioning. I don't know. Were those the good old days? It was hot, but it wasn't as hot as it is now for some reason. So remember the good times. Remember when you used to be able to, when you were a kid, if you go back this far, I know we used to leave our home in the morning in the summertime, and we wouldn't come back until the street light came on. Now, when the street light came on, you better head for home because guess what? Your mom or your dad would be calling your name, your full legal name, and it was time for dinner. But we stayed out all day and we played and had fun, and in my opinion back then it was safe to do that. We rode our bikes everywhere. We walked everywhere. We walked miles and miles and miles and didn't even think about it. We just did it. You know, summertime, let's get out. We went to the pool. We laid around. Did fun things, played volleyball, whatever it was. The good old days when Sunday, all the stores were closed. You didn't shop on Sunday because everything was closed. It was kind of family time. Saturdays, in the town I lived in, all week, the stores closed at 6 o'clock. It didn't matter what store it was closed at 6 o'clock. There was no 24/7 store that you could go shop at. Were those the good old days? Yes. To me, they were very, very simple. When I was younger, I used to go to my grandmother's house and I learned how to cook, bake, um, clean, do laundry, make butter. We made everything from scratch because she didn't buy mixes of anything. We made bread every morning, and I helped because I was small, but I helped. Um, Made egg noodles from scratch. Were those the good old days? Yes. Everything was fresh. Everything was not processed. She didn't have boxes of crackers. Well, there was one box of saltine crackers, but that was only if you had chicken noodle soup. So, that was a good thing. Everything, there was no cut up chicken. It came a whole chicken, and I learned how to cut up a chicken. Now, I didn't do it, I watched her, but I know how to do it. I also remember the chicken, it was a whole chicken. It came every once in a while, it would have a feather still on it, like a little tiny feather. And I just thought it was funny because she would take it off and clean it and scrub it and everything else and then give me these minuscule little feather. No dishwashers. She hung all the laundry on the line. And she had the most gorgeous backyard I'd ever seen in my entire life. Huge pecan trees. And also, everything was just cleaner. It seemed like it was cleaner. The air was fresh in the morning. Even in the summer, she didn't have air conditioning. But her house was built, or their house was built, that had huge windows. And the windows were placed in the house where you always had a cross breeze. So it wasn't really hot. Another thing about in the good old days, Saturday morning you always went to the bank. That's because you worked 5 days a week, so Saturday morning you went to the bank first time. Everybody knew everybody in the town and the bank, uh, and they greeted each other. And I remember going with my grandfather and even my dad. They dressed up in their suit. Saturday morning, you went to the bank because that's where they put their money. It was just a quiet time, a slower time, being a child, obviously, a simpler time, simpler in many, many ways. The congestion wasn't there because there weren't that many cars. There weren't that many fast food restaurants, and we didn't go to them anyway because we ate at home every single meal. Every once in a while, we would go to a restaurant. Most of the time, we were eating at home or at my grandmother's house every Sunday. All the family got together, all the kids, all the grandkids. That was a simpler time. Now, remembering the good times, in my mind, those were the good times. Because today, there are good times, but not like they were before. I tried to keep a simple life. So my family will remember the good old days and the good times. Oh, you remember when? A lot of people are too busy. A lot of people don't want to take the time. A lot of people can't take the time because they're working more than one job to make those memories for their good old days. The good old days when you could go buy gas for, 50 cents or 70 cents or whatever it was, or $1. Well, those times are gone. Will we ever go back to those times? I don't think so. But you can always make memories right now so your kids and your grandkids can say, you remember the good old days, or you remember the good times when we used to do this, this, and this. They usually don't remember or don't care later on in life. Oh, I went to the store and I bought this video game and I played for 12 hours straight, or I bought all these toys and I did this and this. They don't really care. They do remember spending time with family and learning skills and learning how to bake bread or have a conversation, learning how to braid yarn, simple things like that. They remember those things. Pictures. Oh, yeah, I remember that. So go make some memories so your family, whether it's your kids or your grandkids or your great-grandkids, can say they remember a simpler time and the good old days. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm Sugar, and this is Tea Time with Sugar, and I appreciate you coming in. I welcome all my viewers. I welcome back my viewers. And in the comments below, let me know what are some of the good old days, memories that you remember that were fun in the past or in the present. As I say, go make some memories with your family and your friends. And I'll see you next Thursday for Tea Time with Sugar.